Hi everyone and welcome to Joe Reviews. Lately there's been a lot of rumors about upcoming products from Apple which are scheduled to be released in the next year or two. Usually, most of the rumored products never see the light of day, but today we're looking at 4 rumored products that are 1. Not only big updates, but have a high likelihood of releasing. Number 2, these product rumors are from credible sources that have a proven track record of being right. And 3, these are products that are releasing within the next 18 to 20 months. Okay, let's get into it. I'll start this list with a product that's scheduled to be released the soonest, the Powerbeats Pro 2. While this is a Beats by Dre product, it's technically Apple since Apple owns Beats. There's a few reasons I'm excited for this release, but the main reason I'm looking forward to this is it's been due for an update for a while. I bought the original Powerbeats Pro when they were released way back in May of 2019, and currently I'm using them just about every day. For me, they're some of the best earbuds for working out as they stay snug in my ears, yet feel comfortable. I think they still deliver great sound for such small earbuds. Like a lot of Beats products, they deliver strong bass, but it doesn't sound overpowered. They're not perfect, however. The biggest complaint people have had about them was the size of the massive case they came with. I thought for this reason alone, Apple would have updated these earbuds sooner, but as Apple has shown with the AirPods Max, they're not too concerned about criticisms on cases. A few other complaints people have made, and I've only just been experiencing lately, are the headphones not charging unless you put them in the case just right, and issues with them connecting to your device. With the updated Powerbeats Pro 2, there's been little revealed on the case. Hopefully they're able to slim it down and make it easier to bring these to the gym. Beats only revealed that these were releasing in 2025, but didn't state exactly when. It's probably safe to say they'll be released in the first half of 2025. The Powerbeats Pro have been discontinued in October, so that should mean the new 2nd gen release is coming soon. Beats has provided plenty of glimpses of the new earbuds on their Instagram and elsewhere, but they haven't listed any specs. The Powerbeats Pro 2 will offer a slimmer profile with a more vertical layout, but still have a similar ear hook. Many of the rumors say that active noise cancellation will make its way to the new version. Also coming to the new model is a heart rate sensor. This feature will only be active during workouts, and results will be visible in the Health app. Also, this feature is rumored to be coming to the new AirPods Pro 3 when they're released. A few other rumored features are longer battery life, spatial and adaptive audio support, and it'll be available in 4 different colors. As I mentioned before, there's been little revealed about the case, but it's a good guess that it'll have USB-C charging. Also, nothing has been mentioned about the physical buttons on the earbuds. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes with the same volume and play skip buttons as the previous version. Whenever these are released, it will be long overdue. Hopefully with all that time since releasing the original Powerbeats Pro, they'll address some of the biggest complaints with the original model. Every fall, Apple releases new iPhones and it generates a lot of interest and money. However, updates now from year to year just aren't as impressive as they once were. Remember when the iPhone 4 was released? At that time, that was such a huge update that cemented Apple as the leader in the smartphone category. Then the next big update was with the iPhone 10 when they ditched the home button and added the notch. Every so often, big releases like these happen. Will we see a big update like these two in 2025? While maybe not as huge of a release as those years mentioned, this year is shaping up to be an exciting year for the iPhone. That's because this year it looks like the iPhone will be slimming down, with Apple developing the thinnest iPhone yet. However, there's a catch. This new slim iPhone is rumored to be called the iPhone 17 Air or 17 Slim. This will take the place of the iPhone 17 Plus. So basically, there'll still be 2 different size Pro models, the regular iPhone 17, and then this new 17 Air or 17 Slim. Apple stated when they released the iPad Pro M4, the thinnest Apple device ever, that this would be the beginning of a renewed focus on product thinness. After the iPad Pro released, they released the Series 10 Apple Watch, which saw a 10% reduction in thickness. So now this new focus on thinness is making its way to the iPhone. The 17 Air is expected to be about 2 millimeters thinner than the iPhone 16 Pro. It doesn't sound like much, but the 16 Pro is just over 8 millimeters thick, so then bring the 17 Air to around 6 millimeters thick. Or another way to think about it is it'd be about a 25% reduction in thickness. At that size, it'd still be a little thicker than the iPad Pro, but would be the thinnest iPhone since the iPhone 6. Hopefully there won't be any issues with it bending, but I think Apple would have figured that out by now. How is Apple able to reduce the thickness of the iPhone this much? It's a result of Apple developing its own 5G modem chips instead of relying on Qualcomm for them like they have in the past. This chip is rumored to be more tightly integrated with other components, which allows it to save some space internally for the iPhone. However, it's rumored that this chip isn't as powerful as Qualcomm's, which makes sense that Apple isn't positioning this iPhone as the most premium option. Since this isn't a Pro model and is shedding some weight, what are the trade-offs? For starters, it's rumored to have only one rear 48 megapixel camera versus 3 cameras on the Pro models. Also, it's rumored to have only one speaker at the top of the phone versus two speakers like other iPhones have at the top and bottom. Display is supposed to be around 6.5 inches, which would make it bigger than the 17 Pro, but smaller than the 17 Pro Max. Then lastly, price. This is probably the least clear aspect on the 17 Air. Originally, there were rumors that it would have a higher price tag than the Pro Max model, but lately rumors have stated it wouldn't be higher than any of the Pro models. Not sure what to expect for a price. Apple has it down to a science on how they price these phones. That makes it hard not to want to go for a premium model. I think it will be interesting to see how this phone fits in the lineup. It won't be their most premium phone, so people will have to decide if they want to spend extra on the top of the line features in the Pro model, or spend a little less for a phone with less features, but an ultra thin design. What would you do if, say, the 17 Air came in at $899 or $999 and you don't get 3 cameras and 2 speakers like the Pro model? Would you make the trade-off in those features, plus potentially more features like display or battery life for a super thin form factor? I think it'll be a question a lot of people will be asking this fall. Moving on to a product that has been rumored for quite some time, but is expected to be released in the third quarter of 2025, is an updated HomePod with a screen. Right now it's being rumored to be called Home Hub. So this isn't something groundbreaking, as there are devices like this available, like the Google Nest Hub, which is basically a tablet on top of a speaker that's designed to sit on a countertop. For a product that could potentially release in about 9 months, there's still a lot up in the air about the design. Some rumors state it will essentially look like a HomePod, but have a screen on top about the size of a small tablet. Other rumors suggest that it will essentially be a wall-mounted iPad. One of the more interesting design rumors on this that I've seen is it could potentially resemble the original iMac G4. This design actually makes a lot of sense for a home hub, as nostalgia still sells, so this design could be a hit with people. Personally, I'd be more in favor of a home hub that looks like the original iMac G4 versus a plain tablet that sits on top of a speaker. Then again, I'm not sure I'd buy one anyways, as I have an iPad and a HomePod. What can a home hub offer that neither of these can? We'll see if Apple can come up with a compelling argument to that question. In the meantime, we do have some other specs to cover on the home hub. It will have sensors to determine how close someone is to it. The screen could display relevant information depending on your proximity to it, such as showing the temperature of your house when you're farther away, then switching to a thermostat control when you approach it. Basically, something similar to what Nest or other smart thermostats can do now. A few other specs to mention: built-in speakers is a given. However, there is potential for an additional dock, which would allow for more speakers, or potentially to charge it so it can be moved around. It's expected to come with Apple's A18 chip and at least 8 GB of RAM to support Apple Intelligence features. The interface of this new home hub has been described as a mix between watchOS and standby mode for the iPhone. The focus of this product is controlling smart home devices such as security cameras, which, as a side note, Apple is rumored to be working on its own security cameras, and that could launch after the home hub is revealed. I think Home Hub could have a lot of potential depending on how Apple positions it. If it's just a HomePod with a screen, then I don't think it'll be that exciting. If, however, it's something like the original iMac G4, or it comes with extra sensors that can act more intuitively as you approach it, then it might be more interesting. Either way, the HomePod is getting a huge update, or there's a new product from Apple coming next year, and it's always exciting to see what new products they can come up with. The last item to discuss is scheduled to release in fall of 2026. So there still could be some changes with it, but there seems to be a lot of agreement on what features to expect. The M6 MacBook Pro will be getting a big update, while 2025's M5 MacBook Pro will likely just get a spec bump. Biggest update expected for the M6 MacBook Pro is the display switching from Mini LED to OLED. What advantages does OLED provide over Mini LED? For starters, it's more energy efficient, which should lead to better battery life. Also, it'll provide more brightness and a higher contrast ratio, delivering deeper blacks. Another advantage of having OLED is it should allow for a thinner design. As mentioned before, Apple has a renewed focus on developing some of the thinnest devices available in their categories. Switching to OLED then makes sense, so Apple can continue with its plan in delivering new super thin devices. One last rumor concerns a match. There's potential that it will be gone or significantly reduced. This would be a welcome change, as I'm surprised nothing has been done about it since it released back in 2021. As of right now, there isn't much more information floating around on this upcoming laptop. I'm currently using the M1 Pro MacBook Pro and haven't had a reason to upgrade. While Apple has been making steady performance improvements with every iteration of their Apple Silicon chips, I've been more than content with what I have. I might be tempted to upgrade by the time 2026 rolls around, especially if Apple develops a MacBook Pro that offers a new, thinner form factor plus a performance bump. With these 4 very likely releases happening over the next year or two, Apple seems to have a strong lineup coming out. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on the Powerbeats Pro 2 and upgrading my 5.5-year-old earbuds soon. But what do you guys think? Which of these are you most looking forward to? Or do you think one of these new rumored products won't see the light of day or not be anything like what they're rumored to be? Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you for the next video.